Morning students. Today we are going to start with second program of CS2. Earlier we have completed program number 1 of CS2 where we have studied addition of two numbers. So now today we will start with program number 2. So the program number 2 is write a program. So you have to write the name as it is. Okay. So you can just change the addresses. So the program number 2 is write a program to do addition between 2-bit BCD numbers. So now you have to perform addition of two BCD numbers. You know what is BCD number? Binary coded decimal form. We have already studied in the 11th standard. Like how we write 2 as in BCD form, how we write 3 as in BCD form. So two numbers are stored in D030 memory location and D031. So this is the memory location where the data is stored, and you have to fetch the data from these two memory locations, D030 and D031. So it means first of all we have to store the data at these locations, and then we have to fetch the data, and then we have to perform addition of two numbers. Next is store the result in D032, and you have to store the result in 32 locations. So the data is in 31 location, and you have to store the result in 32 location. So let's start with this. First of all, I want to show you that how we have to enter data to the memory locations, and even I will also show you by practical. So these are the memory locations where data is stored, and you have to fetch the data. So for example, the data is at 30th location and 31 location, D030 and D031, and this is the location D030. This is empty, this is 00. It means there is nothing at this location, and we have to store the result on that location. So this is before execution. Now I am assuming these locations as 6030, 6031, 6032. The reason is I have already told you we cannot initialize any of the memory address in 8085 kit with any C or D variable. So that's why I am using the addresses 6030, 6031, 6032. You can use addresses of your choice, it is up to you. When I will show you the practical by executing the program on the kit, I will assume these addresses 6030, 6031, 6032, and the data is 09 and 06. And you know what is the addition of 9 and 6 is 15. So the answer will be 15. So this will be the table after execution. So this is the result of the program after execution. Data is 9. Data at next location is 31, and the answer is 15. 9 plus 6 is 15. Now we will check the program. We will see the program of this. So let's start with the program. So this is the starting location C000, but I am assuming this starting location as 6000. I am starting this from 6000. So I have stored the data at 603. What was the address? Let me check. 6030, 6031, 6032. Okay. So I am starting this program from 6000 memory location. So let's start with this. This is address, label, mnemonics, hex code, and this is comment section. So the starting address is 6000, label is start, and the opcode is LXI. You know what is LXI? LXI instruction is used to move the data from the specific memory location to the HL register pair. So this is the operand. In the operand, I have mentioned H register. You have to mention H register. So because we know that LXI register deals with the register pair that we mentioned. So we have mentioned H. Now this is the memory location from where we have to fetch the data. Where is the operand? So the operand is at 6030 location. Okay. Now this is the hex code of LXI instruction. I have already told you that you will get a chart paper or you will get a chart of hex codes in your exam. So you don't have to remember the hex codes. You will get as it is hex code. As you people use what you say, tables in maths and physics. So similarly, you will get a specific chart in your practical, and you can easily get the hex codes. So the hex code of LXI instruction is 21. Now we have to transfer the contents of this memory location to H, and we have to move point the H register to that memory location. So this is the memory location. So again you have to write, whenever we use any of the memory address, whenever we have to provide reference to any of the memory address, we always have to write the address in case of hex code, because we only type hex codes on the 8085 kit when we execute program. So this is the reason why we have to type the addresses here. Every time whenever you may use addresses, you have to type the addresses in the hex code part, because we type only hex codes in the 8085 kit. So you have to write the first of all lower address byte. So lower address byte is 30. So this is 30. Upper address byte is D0. So as I have used 60, so I have written, you can write here 60 instead of D0. Okay, so this is 60. This is upper address byte. So this is the address where the operand is stored, and HL register will point to that location. Now next is MVI instruction. MVI, you know what is MVI? MVI is move immediate data. So in this program we require also some other register. So this is C register that we require, and we are initializing C register to 0. Why we are initializing C register to 0? Because there are chances that there is some previous value in C register, so we have to remove that contents. So we have to first add 0 into the C register, which means there is nothing in C register. So that's why we are moving immediate data 0 into C register. So this is MVI instruction, move immediate data. This is the operand C, 00. C, 00 means 00 is immediate data, that is 0, and we have to move this to C register. You know that what is MVI C, 00 instruction means. In the MVI instruction, always immediate data is given in the instruction. So this is the hex code of MVI instruction. Again, you will get the hex code from that chart. So this is the hex code. Now this is the immediate data. So we have to write immediate data that we want to move, that is 0, 0. Now next step is move A, M. Now why it is move A, M? Because we have pointing to some specific memory location, that is 6030 by using HL register pair. Now we have to move that contents into accumulator. Why? Because we have to move HL register pair to next memory location to fetch the next operand. As next operand was at memory location 31, so we have to move H. Earlier H is pointing to 30th location, so we have to transfer the content of that memory location into accumulator. So this instruction is for move A, M. This instruction will transfer the contents of memory location into the accumulator. Now we have to move HL register to another memory location. So for this we have to move the value of HL register pair. So you know that whenever we have to increment the value of HL register pair, we have instruction INX. INX instruction is used to increment the contents of H register by 1. So INX H. So this will increment the H by 1, and now H will point to some other memory location. Some other means 6031 memory location where there is the second operand. So this is the hex code of INX instruction. 23 is the hex code of INX instruction. Now next instruction is, now one of our operand is in accumulator and one of our operand is in memory where HL register is pointing. So now we have to add the data. So for the addition of data, we have to use add instruction. So this is add instruction, add M. M means, you know what is add M instruction? Add M instruction means it will add the contents of that memory location to the accumulator and result will be stored back in accumulator. So now what is the memory location? Memory location is where HL register is pointing. So HL register is pointing to 6031 memory location, because we have increment the value of H. So earlier H was pointing to 6030, but now H is pointing to 6031, where the second operand is stored. So this instruction will add the contents of that memory location and accumulator, and result will be stored back in accumulator. So this is the hex code of add instruction. Now next thing is DAA. This instruction is decimal adjust accumulator. So why we are using this instruction? Because there are chances that there is a decimal in the result after the addition of two numbers. So this instruction is used to adjust the decimal. We have already studied that instruction. So this is DAA, decimal adjust accumulator instruction, and this is the hex code of DAA instruction. Now next thing is JNC. JNC is jump if not carry. So JNC is jump if not carry. Jump if not carry means if there is no carry, it means we do not have to adjust anything and we can simply store the result on the location where we want to store. But if there is a carry, we have to handle that part. So this instruction is JNC, jump if not carry. So jump if not carry is, if there is no carry, you can jump to that location. So this is C00D according to this program. So C00D is this location. So it will jump to this location. I have told you in the instruction set that jump instruction is used to jump from one location to another. So it will jump to this location. So in this instruction, this is label L1. And this is STA. You know what is STA? STA instruction is used to store the contents of accumulator to some memory location. So we know that our result is already in accumulator. And if there is no carry, so if there is no carry, it means we do not have to do anything. We just have to store the result on the memory location. So if there is no carry, so we can simply store the result. And it was given in the question that you have to store the result on the D032 or 6032 memory location. So we are storing the result of the accumulator on 6032. So instead of D, you can use 6. So this is STA instruction. So it will store the result at 6032. So first operand was at 6030, second was at 6031, and we have to store the result at 6032. So 32 is the hex code of STA instruction. 32 is not lower address byte, 32 is the hex code of STA instruction. Now we have to write the lower address byte. So this 32 is this 32. So 32 is the lower address byte, and D0 instead of D0, as we have used 60. So you can write here 60 as upper address byte. So this is lower address byte, this is upper address byte, and this is the hex code of STA instruction. Okay. So with this instruction, we have jumped to this location. So as this is the location C00D, if you are using 6000 memory location here, so you can write here 600D. So because this is 600D. Okay, so this is that instruction. Now look at this instruction. If we have to jump to 600D, this is the hex code of JNC instruction. D2 is the hex code. You have to write D2 as it is because this is hex code. This is not memory address. So you have to write as it is. Now lower address byte. So this is the address as we have to jump. So we have to type address in the hex code. So lower address byte of this address is 0D. So D here means A means 10 because after 9 the address is 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. After 9 again it is 10. So you cannot change these variables because these are just numbers of hexadecimal ABC. But this is starting variable is different thing. You can change that thing. Okay, so the lower address byte of this is 0D, so you have to write 0D. Upper address byte is C0, so as we have used 60, so you can write here 60. Okay. So if there is no carry, we can simply jump to this location, and with this instruction, we have stored the result on 6032 memory location. So after the jump instruction, this is INRC. INRC means we have to increment the C register. So initially we have used C register and we have initialized it with 0. So if there is carry and something, so we have to use that register. So that's why we are using here C register. Now this is again storing. We have already discussed about that. Now this is move A comma C. So if there is carry that we have stored in C register, so if there is carry, you have to move that carry into accumulator. So this is the instruction, move instruction will transfer the contents of C register into A register. And 79 is the hex code of move instruction. Now next instruction is we also have to store carry at some other location. So for this we have to use STA instruction, store accumulator, because carry is in accumulator. So now we have to store that content into next memory location. So we have stored the result on 6032. So the next memory location after 6032 is 6033. So we can store the carry at 6033 memory location. So this is STA instruction. So here you have to write where you want to store the result. So let's suppose 6033. So this is the hex code of STA instruction. 32 is the hex code. So you can check here the hex code of STA was 32. So again the hex code, because these hex codes remain same, they will not change. The hex code of instructions will not change. So similarly, as we have used the hex code 32 for STA, similarly we again have to use 32 hex code for STA instruction. Now the lower address byte is 33. This is 33. Upper address byte is 60. So as we have used 60, so this is 60. And now CF is the end of the program. RST1 and CF. CF means end of the program. So the end of the program, you have to use the hex code as CF. So with this, we have completed this program. So in this program, what we have done is we have performed addition of two 8-bit BCD numbers. These two numbers were stored at that memory location. We have firstly fetched the data and then stored the result at this memory location at 32. So initially, first of all, what we did is we have to move HL pointer register to that memory location. Then we have to move the contents of that memory location to accumulator, because we have to make or we have to empty HL register here, because we have to make pointing it to some other memory location. So we have to transfer the contents of HL to accumulator, and after that HL will point to next memory location. And then if there is a carry, we have to handle that part. So these are the instructions to handle carry, and if there is no carry, you can simply store the result, and if there is carry, you have to store the carry also. So now we will check the output. So as we have stored the data 09 and 06 at that memory location, so the answer is 15. So students, you have to write the program as well as the output. And so these are the registers. You also have to write journal registers and flag registers. So this is, you can see accumulator is 1. It means this is carry flag we have set. So that's why there is a carry 1 in the accumulator. So next is HL register where is pointing to D031, that is 6031, because earlier it was pointing to this location, but in the next step it was pointing to that location. So it is showing that location 6031. So with this we have completed program number 2. So that was program number 2. So you have to write the name of the program, then this program in the file as I have told you, then the output and flags and registers. So now after this we will start with program number 3. So let's start with program number third. Program number third is write a program that adds the contents of a block of memory using DAD instruction. So you have to use DAD instruction. We have already studied this instruction in the 8085. So block length is stored at D100. So this is the starting address where the data is stored, and the starting address of the block is D10, D101. So this is the length of the block. So length of the block is stored at D100, whereas the starting address is D101. Store the 2-byte result below the end of the block. So we have to store the 2-byte result below the end of the block. So now first of all we will see what we have to do. So look at this part before execution. So this is the starting address of the block D100. So I am assuming it as 5100. So length of the block is 5. Length of the block means we have to access 5 memory locations. Okay, it means we have to access next 5 blocks where the data is stored. So this is the length of the block, and this is the starting address of the block where the data is stored, D101. So I am assuming it as 5101. 5100, 5101. So this is the data 1, 4, 5, 6 and 2. So these are total 5 blocks, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and we have to store result at the end. It means we have to store the result at this block, that is D106. Okay, so for this we have to write the program. So now we will see how the program works. So as students, it was mentioned that you have to use DAD instruction, DAD instruction. So you know what is DAD instruction. So DAD instruction is when we use any of the register pair with the DAD instruction, it adds the contents of that register pair with the HL register pair, and result will be stored back in HL pair. Because in case of DAD instruction, we consider HL pair as accumulator, as we use accumulator in another instructions or in another tasks. So similarly, in case of DAD instruction, we use HL register pair as a type of accumulator, and whatever register pair is given, it will be added with the HL and result will be stored back in HL. So we have to use the concept of DAD instruction. So let's start with this. The very first instruction is LXI instruction. LXI H, D100. So it means the HL register will point to this memory location because our data is stored at 5100 memory location. So you can see 5100 is the length of the block. So it will first point to that memory location because we have also stored the length of block. So LXI H, D, that is 5100. So it means HL register will point to that memory location. This is the hex code of LXI instruction. This is the lower address byte, that is 00. This is the upper address byte, that is D1. But as I have used 51, so you have to write 51 as upper address byte. Now next instruction is move A, M. Move A, M means now we have to move the contents of that memory location into accumulator. So we have to move the contents of that memory location into accumulator because we require HL register pair. So we have to keep it vacant. So that's why we are moving that data into accumulator. So this is the hex code of move instruction. So it will move the length of the block in accumulator, that is 5. Now next instruction is LXI B, 00. Now we require some register pair. As I have told you, in that instruction we add the contents of some register pair to the HL register pair and result will be stored back in HL. So that's why we are going to take some register pair, that is BD. So BD, you know, is a register pair. So LXI B comma 00 means we are initializing B register to 000. Again, why we are initializing it to 0? Because if there is some data, it will be removed and it will be initialized to 000. So this is the hex code of LXI instruction. This is wrong, student. Here you have to write 21. The hex code of this is 21 LXI. So no, sorry, this is with H register pair and this is with B register pair. So this is the hex code. This 00 is the lower address byte. 00 is the, so you have to write 01 as hex code. So 00 is the lower address byte. Again, next, this is again 00. This is immediate data. So here LXI is, it is pointing to H register, and here we are moving immediate data 00 to B register. So that's why there is difference. So this is again 00. So that's why this is 00. Now the next thing is we also have to initialize D register as 0000. You will get these hex codes in your in the chart. So this is again LXI instruction. So we have to initialize D register as 00. So this is the hex code to initialize D register or to move or to deal with D register. So this is the hex code for that. Now immediate data is 0000. So this is lower address byte 00. This is upper address byte 00. Now next thing is INX. INX is increment H. Initially H was pointing to that memory location. So we have to increment H. So that's why we have used this instruction. 23 is the hex code of INX instruction and H is increment HL pointer by 1. So HL will move to next memory location, that is D101. That is D101. So it will point to the first data. Okay. So at this step, HL is pointing to the location where the data is stored in the location, first location. So now move C comma N. Now move the contents of that memory location into C register. So this is the hex code of that instruction. Now next is exchange instruction. So you know why we use exchange instruction? Exchange instruction is used to exchange the contents of HL register pair with the DE register pair. So this instruction will exchange the contents, exchange HL with DE register pair. Now why we are using exchange instruction? Because we have to move the H register again and again to next memory locations, and we have to keep it vacant. So as we have to keep it vacant, we have to move the data of HL register pair to some other memory location. So that's why in this program we have to use exchange instruction, because we are using DAD instruction. Okay, so this instruction will exchange the contents of HL with the DE register pair. So this is the hex code of exchange instruction. Now DADB, this instruction will add the contents of BD register pair with the HL register pair. So it will add the content, you can also check the comments, it will add the contents of BC register with the HL register pair, and result will be stored back in HL register pair. Again we require exchange instruction. So students, in this program we continuously have to increment HL pair, we have to continuously exchange the contents, and we have to use DAD instruction, because exchange means we every time have to exchange the contents to make HL empty. So this instruction, again this is exchange instruction, it will exchange the contents of HL with the D. Now this is decrement, DCRA. Decrement is used to decrement the contents by 1. So we are decrementing the block by A by 1. So why we are decrementing? We have to decrement counter block length by 1, because we have to calculate, we have to perform addition of all the numbers. So as we said counter, you know what is counter? Counter is used to count the steps. So that's why we are using this counter, and it is by decrementing. When it reaches to 0 or 1, it means we have complete our task. So after this, the next step is JNZ, jump if there is no carry. So if the A contents are not 0, then go to label V1. So this is label V1, INX. INX means again increment H. So if there is no zero, if there is no zero, then increment the contents of HL by 1. So you know what is J and Z. Jump if not 0. Z stands for 0. So this is the hex code of JNZ instruction. C2 is hex code, and this is lower address byte, that where it has to jump. So the lower address byte is 0A. This is the address where it has to jump. So as where they have used the label V1, the address of that label is C00A. C instead of C, that is 500A. So the lower address byte is 0A, that is 0A, and the upper address byte is 50, so that is 50. Okay. So next is again we have to increment H, because we have to move to next memory location. Then increment the H. So this is the hex code of INX. Move M comma E. This will move the contents of E register into memory. And again increment H. This is again the hex code of INX instruction. You can see this is INX, hex code of INX. This is again hex code of INX. Move M comma D. So it will move the high byte to the memory location pointed by the HL register, and this is the hex code, and CF is the end of the program. So students, with this we have completed third program. Now we will check the output. So this is the output. So this is the before execution part. This is the after execution part. Before execution means this is the data that we can give as an input to the microprocessor. So students, this process is same as we use in C++ programming. We give some inputs and we check output according to the inputs. So similarly, these are the inputs that we give to the microprocessor kit, and we will get some output. So this is the output. This is after execution part. So this is the length block. Again, this is 5. Now this is the data of 5 blocks. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. This is the data, and the result is at memory location 5106. This is the answer 12. Now how the answer is 12? So you can check this is the addition of these numbers. 4 plus 1 is equals to 5. 5 plus 5 is equals to 10. You know that 10, we represent 10 as A. So ultimately we have a number with 9, and this is A. 10 with A. So next is 6. 10 plus 6 is 16. So we represent 15 as F. So 16, 9 plus 1 is, so it means, here is the description, you can check. 1 plus 4 plus 5 is 10, but we represent it as 9 because we represent 10 as A, and 10 plus 6 is 16. 10 plus 6 is 16, but we represent 15 as F. So we have only one number left. So 9 plus 1, that is 10. 9 plus 1, that is left here. 9 plus 1 is 10, and next number is 2. 10 plus 2 is 12. So that's why the answer is 12. Okay. So with this, these are the journal registers and these are the flags. So you also have to write before execution, after execution, journal registers and flag registers. So with this, students, we have completed third program of CS2. So this is the third program, how we have performed addition using DAD instruction. So with this we have completed total 3 programs of CS2. So that's all for today. Tomorrow we will start with 4th program.